What is going on? Welcome back to another episode of Underrated Guns of Call of Duty. Today we are taking a look at Black Ops, the original, not Cold War. No, I cursed myself with going in order, so that's what we're going to do. But I am going to stick to it because I have this gameplay here and might as well use it. It's been a couple of years since I've done one of these. I wanted to keep the channel somewhat concise and stuck to a niche, but I've kind of just come to the conclusion that I don't really care that much anymore. With that out of the way, here we go. We've got the Enfield, probably one of the least popular assault rifles in the original Black Ops, and for not a ton of good reason, although there is a lot of good competition in the assault rifle category, pretty much all of which are a better option statistically speaking. Well, not even really statistically speaking, but I think this gun is not the best by far, but in the right hands can certainly do some damage. And compared to the other automatic weapons that share its time to kill, it's probably the worst, but doesn't mean it's bad. So what's what we try to do here on Underrated Guns. You know, we give the power to those guns that never see the love, and this one just never got that, in my experience at least. So the best way I think you should run this weapon is plain and simple. I mean, it's Black Ops, it's mostly going to be plain and simple anyways. None of that warlord stuff or whatever the bling perk was in the game that lets you have 2 attachments. Now we're spoiled, we get 5. It's kind of crazy, but back in the day, you know, you get 1, you get maybe 2, and in this game I would just say dual mag, extended mag, maybe suppressor if you're running free-for-all or search and destroy, or one of those games that you might want to stay off the radar. And you know, if that's more of a priority for you, silencer can do the trick, but honestly I don't think that's the way to go. Reduces your range. I almost feel like it gives you a funky bit of recoil here and there, but I am not a stats guy by any means, so we're gonna take it or leave it, going very anecdotally here, no real data, although I did look up the stats of the gun and compared it to the other assault rifles just to make sure I wasn't saying anything that was just completely infactual. Is that a word? No, I'll have to look that up too. Hopefully my source was correct. I didn't think to double check because, let's be honest, does it really matter anymore? So as I mentioned earlier, this gun wasn't statistically the best in any sort of way. I think the only thing that really saves it is its decent accuracy, and even that I don't think is very good compared to the other guns in the game. Not to mention, a lot of the other assault rifles were more well known and respected, had more of a reputation than this Enfield. Although the Galil, this might have been the first time we saw that in a Call of Duty game, at least in my time since CoD 4. Speaking of the Galil, that would be my go-to assault rifle, at least after the overpowered FAMAS got nerfed in the middle of the game's life cycle, probably close to the beginning, honestly. But I was always just a fan of the Galil anyways, which has a higher damage, higher magazine capacity, and a much cleaner iron sight, as well as higher damage overall, just by a little bit. Not really, I don't think it makes a difference at all, actually, unless you take into account multipliers. I did not see any damage multipliers as far as body shots, headshots, leg shots, that sort of thing, but that's not really my can of worms here. So if you want the honest opinion, I don't really think there's any reason other than novelty to go with this over something like the Galil, the FAMAS, the AK. Maybe the AK's got a little too much vertical recoil for you. You know, you could use a little something that's maybe more mellow, which this would be, I think, but the iron sights aren't great, as I've mentioned, and I just don't really think slapping a red dot is gonna do that much for you. Maybe it'll help you enough, but I just think the quicker reloads, maybe the more ammo, the higher magazine capacity, or that sort of thing would help you a little bit more. All that aside, I'm pretty sure that does it for today. Nice, short and sweet. I don't want to be here too long dwelling on the past when there's the latest and greatest from Treyarch out right now. So maybe In the meantime, we'll get back to that game and I'll cover it shortly. Another note is we had to change the music. Sad day, I know. I really enjoyed the other song we used back in 2016, but unfortunately I don't have the rights to use that anymore. So we went with a change. In the meantime, carry on, keep gaming, and I don't know, just have a good time. Okay, I think that'll do it for me, and I will see you next time on Underrated Guns of Call of Duty. Thanks for watching.